Mr. Moneybags gotta do the money dance. Mr. Moneybags gotta do the money dance. Mr. Moneybags gotta do the money dance. A couple grands, money dancing, she do it with no hands. Mr. Moneybags gotta do the money dance. Mr. Moneybags gotta do the money dance. Mr. Moneybags call me Mr. Moneybags. Mr. Moneybags call me Mr. Moneybags. Mr. Moneybags gotta do the money dance. Mr. Moneybags gotta do the money dance. Mr. Moneybags gotta do the money dance. A couple grands, money dancing, she do it with no hands.
Welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti at Manningtree Park today. Peter?
Sponsored by Spring Water, Darren.
We're on the heavy gear, the water.
Bit fresher today.
Yeah, beautiful.
Nice. Yeah.
Beautiful for a change.
Yep.
Summer's coming to an end, I feel.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back through last week's runners, Pete. Where do we start?
We had a good week, Darren, which after a couple of weeks of unknown, we hit the winners' stalls. I went to Moonee Valley on the Friday night where Corrigan Air ran a little better for fourth, probably a bit stiff, he didn't run third. He lives for another day after that run.
Yeah, well, it's pretty
Better choice of words, live, but...
were they happy with the ride?
No, I didn't. Betty Hayes, wasn't he? He didn't listen to instructions.
Who was it?
Young Ethan Brown, yeah.
You're a fan of his.
You are too, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't mind him. I reckon he rides all right.
I think
they weren't happy with the ride.
He
He
just
supposed
needed,
to lead, was he?
well, if he could. I think the fact they weren't too disappointed if he didn't lead, but he never pressured Walker enough and just handing him the lead rather than maybe going for another 100.
Right.
And that means it would have opened up behind him and he could have popped off and sat outside the leader. So, from that point of view, you can understand why.
Anyway, it was a fair run.
Yeah.
As you say, he lives to fight another day.
Which is next Wednesday.
That's it.
Yeah. Saturday. Bang, bang. Early, Darren. Got the bullets out early. What a day.
You couldn't be bothered going.
No, I did Friday night. And I've found that the two times we've got the city doubles, I've been sitting in the comfort of my lounge chair at home, so I thought I'll just stick to the tried and true.
I tried to get a photo of you sitting on the lounge at home with the big screen on the wall, opened up to 14 betting sites, plonking on every one of them.
No, I tell you,
Those crockies are annoying.
I wasn't sitting down when a horse called Yogi started to pick his way through the field. Beck was outside. And she heard me yelling. She'd come back inside, thought I'd broken a leg or something. But
was she disappointed?
No, yeah, she was. But then I told her I'd had a win, and she was then very investigative, whatever the word is. And then
especially leading up to Valentine's Day, she knew you were cashed up.
and then she said, "Oh, didn't you back Yogi in the Sydney Cup?" And I said, "Yeah." She went searching for the odds, and he was into 15. So
Yeah, he came riding, didn't he?
But anyway, how good was the win first up?
Yeah, it was. You know, he had good first up form last time. He ran second over a mile, and I remember, Darren, we were saying, you know, gee, if that had been 1800, he would have won anyway. Now in the Kerramar yard, and yeah, look, he jumped out okay. The blinkers were on. I'm not sure if that was by design or by accident, but they were on. And he travelled, sort of flopped out the gates and travelled in, and he had a couple behind him, which is unusual, but probably 3 back to fence at one stage. I'm thinking, well, he's got to get out here, and he's probably a chance to run third. And then I don't think it was till probably the last 100 metres that I didn't think he was going to win at all. But then he went on to win, you know, drawing away. I don't know if he hit him more than once.
Well, Craig was sitting up the last 20, yeah.
But it was outstanding, and I know the crowd, they were wrapped, the owners. So he's on track for a very good prep. And I think the Mar team were very pleased and surprised. And, you know, his plan is to get to the Sydney Cup. How they go about doing that, we'll leave it up to them. But the beauty of that stable is they do have stables in Sydney, so depending on the surfaces here, I guess, and how the horse is going, but he's pressing on, that's his aim, Sydney Cup.
I think too, the intel from the fact that Simon McCartan is now his racing manager and would have known previous plans and the way he's trained up for it, so not much is going to alter, I don't think. No,
I think there's a few good appointments this week. You know, just quickly, Simon McCartan, racing manager for Kerramar up at Ballarat. Jeremy Rogers, racing manager for Archie Alexander, announced this week. Johnny Allen, #1 Ballarat rider for Caramar this week. So there's some really good appointments being made.
Especially people we've been involved with.
That we've known for a long time. So we want to wish them and all the others that have gained employment all the best.
Yep.
Drove past those stables yesterday, Pete, and it's hard to look at when there's not a horse to be seen.
A couple of photos there I took the other day, and it was like a ghost stable.
Well, there's no horses there.
No.
I went up to, I don't know where I went, the vet clinic or somewhere. Yeah. Oh no, Mitch Freeman's, and drove past, and you normally see 100 horses with rugs on, and I didn't see one.
And 50 cars.
And no cars, yeah.
And the sign removed. It's sort of.
The sign.
It's all real.
It's
all
done.
real.
Anyway, we move on. So that was the start of a race-to-race double, Pete.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I never got was the double. Never thought of it in the Crack the Code.
Well, most of us would take a 3-horse multi and lose our money, wouldn't we?
Oh, I did have one of those as well. But
there you go, because the best bet of the day was later on. But Crack the Code.
Yeah, look, a perfect Oliver ride. Used the horses, good gate speed, natural speed, posied up, found the gap, urged her to the line.
Never
That's about
touched
it.
her.
Just urged her to the line, and
Never touched her.
she was just brilliant, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what more you can say about her. She's won 4 out of 5. She had an issue the day she went to Adelaide. I'm probably glad in a way she has got 1 defeat. Otherwise, they'd be saying, "Here's Black Caviar, 5 from 5." So there's no pressure. But 4 from 5, and I agree with you, Pete. All those blokes on that Get On show that didn't tip her.
Yeah.
Hey?
There's a couple there just don't know.
Don't like her.
Gately didn't have her in the first 4.
Yeah, well, that's why they work there, Pete, because they're not smart enough to get work anywhere else.
Applying for a job.
You're now tipping?
I'll fit in. No, I don't have to tip anything, do I?
Yeah, so, no, that was outstanding. It was hard to believe, actually, like, standing there after that race, it was hard to believe that we'd won them both. It felt very surreal. Owners are very excited, the crowd's excited, and fun was going crazy, and it's just very surreal and very welcome, I must say.
Unlike the fortnight earlier where we had to show all our wares with the Australian Day strip, we actually had the ATB colours out.
Yeah. So it was it was very good. She's a very exciting filly. Mick's not sure where he's going to go with her. She's maybe going next Friday night at the Valley in the Typhoon Tracy, or he might freshen her up and have a look at Adelaide or Sydney later in the prep. So, but gee, she's a wonderful filly and a lot to look forward to with her over the next 12 months.
The fact that you can just space her races and that's her prototype.
And the cut in the ground certainly helped.
Yeah, and actually, I think with Yogi too.
Yeah, both horses. That little bit of 3 or 4 meals in the morning was really helpful.
Well, while you've spent a couple of hours at the bar thinking of your...
I was on the water, Pete.
Well, the other owners, thinking of your speech for a city treble.
There's no way knowing we were going to get 3 out of 3. I mean, everyone was talking about it, and everyone had 3-horse multis, and some had Nature Strip in there, and one guy had a 7-horse multi, and the only one let him down was Social Spin for about 40 grand.
I don't normally tell Beck my bets, but I did tell her I had a multi, and she was a bit excited about what might have been, but...
anyway, Social Spin...
perfect ride.
Yeah, ran 5th. Great ride.
Yep.
Just didn't let down. He's pulled up with a couple of issues, so he's out now. He's gone and had a little bit of surgery to clean it up, and he'll be actually home today. And Mick said he's too good a horse to push on with. We just get him right, sort him out, and set him for the spring. So he ran 5th. He wasn't disgraced, but he wasn't the same horse.
The Social Spin that was right when he got to 2nd. He wouldn't have been the winner. No. But he would have been a clear 2nd.
Clear 2nd. Yeah. So anyway, we put him away for another day, but it was a magic day, Pete.
4 from 10 and 400 odd thousand. Nice little homebred, Darren.
Those 3 horses are terrific.
Yeah.
I think we bought Crack the Code at the Magic Millions for 170.
Yep.
We bought Yogi as a tried horse out of New Zealand for about 150. And we bred Social Spin here at the farm. So
just shows you the different spectrums you have to go to find a horse.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of ways to get them.
Yeah, and there's 3 good ways. All have done us proud in the last month. Kyneton, Tuesday, I think we both ended up there, where Captain Harry had his first run for the Mitch Freedman stable.
Yep.
Mitch has obviously picked up a few of our horses from where he owned. Even run, I think we come to agree. 4th, beaten 5, probably the winner one easy.
Yeah, it was a nice on pop, wasn't
it?
Just dominated.
George Osborne's led all the way.
Looked hard to beat. Linda Meachon, too good, just out in front cruising. We made a bit of a run at him. Probably, I think the wash up was Mitch felt probably got to ride him a bit quieter and
I
let him
think-
finish off.
Yeah, agree.
So probably take him to a bigger track and do
He was
that.
very fresh in the run with no cover.
Well, he'd move stables and,
Yeah.
you know, he'd probably just
Yep.
creeping along. So, yeah, he needs to get out to a mile, get on a bigger track, and yeah, he mightn't be ready to win next start, but I reckon the start after he will be.
Yep. Warrnambool, yesterday I went down.
You went for a drive to Warrnambool, Pete.
Yep, after I went to Horsham Trials. Yandel was up there riding for Ma too, see, taking long to get his nose in the action, eh? Yeah, second, beaten by a better horse.
Another odds-on favourite has smashed us.
$1.60, it was $2 into
Gave
$1.60.
it a bit of a scare on the
Well,
corner.
Dean, there was no, like Matthew said, first try at 1700, you probably want the softest run you can get. There was no speed, so Dean had to go at about 1,000 to get around there, and I thought he did a good job. And like he probably got a neck in front of the winner on the, just into the straight.
I'm sure they were a bit concerned there
Yeah.
when they loomed up, but yeah, it was short-lived and
Like Matty said, it's not that he didn't run the trip. The other horse
just
did
better. Probably City Club.
Yeah, and I think
is
it was. Well, it's got really nice form in the country. I don't think it might have went to the city. It's got form behind Declare's War, but like beating a fair way. Well, you're talking a nice horse there.
Well, what do we do there, Pete? We just
Well,
try and win a race.
Matty wants to. He'll check the calendar out today if he can find a similar race in a fortnight. Win it. He's a 58 rider. He's thinking that he might be a horse that can act in the wet.
Yeah.
And there's probably no better.
That's his only hope.
Yeah, to win another couple.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously we've had 3 goes at 58s around
Lovely
about.
big sound horse. He's
Yeah.
probably just a bit limited on top of the ground. But
And he
he's what's he run? 3
seconds in a row. Yeah. He said he's got the action that should get him through, and I think the family.
big heavy horse.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see.
So if we can win in a fortnight, and I mean a freshen up doesn't mean he goes to paddock for 6 weeks. He might just do not much for 2 weeks.
Yep.
It might rain late March, early April.
Yeah.
Get a look at him. And I suppose if it all works, you never know. He might be popping around at May in a 64 over 1700. So
I don't know if that'll be
you got a dream.
Jeez.
Anyway,
Want to improve a bit.
he's been consistent.
I suppose there'll be one trainer that won't be training 16 winners out of the 33 this year, is there?
Well, it gives us a chance to get
Kieran
those.
probably will.
I think too. Not that it needs to be mentioned.
Is that right?
Might have been our 40th second for the year.
How many winners?
25.
25 winners, 40 seconds. That's 65 in the first 2. That's a
I
lot of.
think it's about 23rds.
That's a lot of firsts and seconds.
It's a lot of nearly wins, isn't it?
We've probably had a lot less runners this year, Pete.
Yeah, I'd have to have a look. We're banging away at about 45% top 3, which, that's right
That's
up
about
there.
where we're
Yeah.
All right, well, that was the week. Now what are we going to do?
Well, we've got an exciting weekend coming
Moonee
up.
Valley tonight, you going?
We've got nothing there, have we?
I just thought you might go.
I've
'cause
been
you used
going the
to.
last 3.
Go down for the last, 10 o'clock, get home midnight.
Yeah, 1
Stop
o'clock
at
last
Macca's
week.
on the way home?
No.
Ah.
I reckon I've had half a dozen coffees and 2 ham, cheese and tomatoes. Not one of those wrap things since January the 3rd.
Wow, you're going well.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm losing. No, that's trouble.
How many shops have they shut in Dullo?
There's a full sale there.
They'll be getting you
Right.
evicted out of your house because that gate next door will be
Well,
rusty shut.
we'll hope we're moving anyway.
Oh, good on you.
Yeah, so an exciting day. We'll go to Bendigo first because you're going to head up to
Well,
a couple of Robbie's runners.
I might say that for those that are interested, you might want to tune into Sky 1 tomorrow at about 10 a.m.
Oh, righto. I should be out of bed.
Sky Channel 1, 10 a.m. There's a new show about owners and it's live, which is pretty risky, I reckon, because they're going to talk about Crack the Code.
Oh.
And they're going to talk to
Mr. Moneybags?
No, just Crack the Code. And they're going to talk to a couple of owners in Crack
live?
the Code live.
Gee, interesting.
It's going to be scary. So I've got to be down there at 9:30 to oversee that. So I'll go to Flemington at 9:30. We'll do the Sky thing.
Is it Andrew Bensley?
No, I don't
Not
know.
Andrew?
I don't
Who
know
is?
actually who's doing it. But
Right.
anyway, I've got told to be down there, have these boys there at 10 o'clock for Crack the Code. So have a tune into that.
Well done.
And then, then I'll drive up to Bendigo. We've got 2 runners there.
Yep.
Race 1, is it?
We've got the smart little filly Fact or Fable
Yep, resuming.
resuming.
Had one run in the Magic Millions.
Yeah,
at Ballarat.
and that form race has held up really well.
Yeah, the winner ran 3rd, didn't he?
Yeah, and the 3rd horse has got form in the city as well. So we're only beat 3 and probably didn't handle the track.
Oh, that
day.
was a wet track last
Yeah.
time it rained, but well, she'll probably star favourite.
Oh,
close to it.
Her and the Racehorse, they'll be
Yeah.
not much between them, and then probably a wide.
She should be winning, I think.
The Racehorse has got a
Bendigo,
third.
beautiful track. She's a big action filly. She's by Street Boss. Her mission is the Magic Millions in Adelaide.
Yep.
That's what we're trying to do. So she,
Nice
she
little
needs to be winning tomorrow.
We did have John Allen on, but the time factors didn't work there in terms of he's got to ride it.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't supply the helicopter for him to get to Flemington.
He wouldn't want me driving it, flying it.
Anyway,
Jared Fryer.
Jay Fry rides, and she's going to be a massive chance.
Yep. Following race, go from one extreme to the other. We go from 1,000 metres out to 2,200. Om's Law.
Yep, second start.
Yep.
2,200.
The distance in the track was, suited this bloke. Obviously, he was beating a fair way at Geelong, but he wouldn't have seen the lure for most of that race.
I'm expecting a much improved run tomorrow.
Yep.
He's a genuine out-and-out stayer, so tomorrow, we'll learn a lot tomorrow.
Mr. Seidel.
Yeah, he's probably not going to be at his peak to his fourth run in, but
No.
he's learning his trade and he's stepping up in distance. But he's a Dow stayer, and that's what we bought him for. So we'll just find out tomorrow how his progression.
The big track is a great track for stayers.
Yeah, it is a beautiful track for him. So it'll have cut in it. It'll be well watered.
Yep.
It's well cambered. So every horse gets their chance. So while I'm doing that,
we're in Flemington.
you're going to go to Flemington and
Still campaigning.
the big suit on,
You have to pull the suit out. Yeah.
the moneybags hat on.
Get a bit of a guide
How
tomorrow.
to vote cards.
How the diet's going when I put the suit on tomorrow.
How to vote cards.
Oh, well, we'll have something. We've got caps for the
Everyone's
public
probably
garden.
sick of hearing about the All-Star Mile.
I know. I'm sick of promoing it.
I'm sick of it. The voting goes for too long. Please, shorten it up.
I mean, if we dropped out to 13th or 14th, we'd be all flagging, but we're hanging in there. We're 7th.
We're still there.
We're a
seventh.
couple of hundred votes ahead of 11th or something, and there's movers coming from everywhere. Every day you wake up,
There's big promos going on now, isn't there? There's TVs, radios, everyone's Twitter's going mad.
And I think
They're calling in the heavies, Pete.
I know.
John Cleese.
They want us out.
Shane Warne.
They want us all us battlers out there.
Yeah, they don't want the 80 raiders or
No.
the 70 raiders in the race. The All-Star Mile.
I think as we sit here, it's about 10 o'clock.
2 hours to blackout.
Blackout, which, gee. Well, no, I'm not saying nothing.
We won't know anything. Anyway,
No.
we'll find out. I don't know when we find out. Do they announce it Monday or Tuesday?
I think they must open the board up on Monday noon, which is when the votes end. And,
Now, just remember, you can only vote once.
Yeah.
So they'll go through and clean up all those duplicate votes. Even if you got a sneaky second email, they'll blow them away.
I'll find you.
Because this is actually being managed by a competition company, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But if you haven't voted, it only takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, your mobile number, you
Go in, put your
Don't-
name and address. And
well, you go,
whatever.
and you got to confirm it on your email. So,
So just make sure.
look, we'll get to 5,000 or near enough.
Yeah, well, I thought 4,000 would have got in, but
Yeah.
it's not going to.
Well,
100, they'll get 150,000 votes.
This time last week I thought 4,300. Well, we're already 46.
Yeah.
Pushing towards 47. So,
And if he makes the field, well, you know, he's probably going to be 20 to 1.
well, back to that. We need to win tomorrow, don't we?
Yeah, well, he's in tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I suppose if he wins tomorrow over the mile,
I mean, 200 or 300 votes.
yeah.
Minimum?
And I think his odds would shorten up a little bit.
Yeah, it was 50.
It really depends on who runs in the race.
Yeah, well, we got no
They've
goes.
said all along the Autumn
because-
Sun may not
no,
run.
and then if you listen to David Hayes this morning, you know, a lot depends on what Amphitrite does tomorrow, and you got extra brood in tomorrow.
Well, some of them they don't want to back up a week later.
No, well, Man of His Word and one of the others is running tomorrow. I mean, Mossendale ran poor the other week. Like, there's a lot of unknowns, and no one's going to divulge their cards until acceptance time.
Yeah.
So,
And I think also, even if you run 14th, you still get 90 grand.
yeah, that's right.
And the ambassador, the person drawn out from voting, gets 10 grand. So.
Yeah. Well, that's the lure for those lower benchmark horses, isn't it?
Yeah.
90 grand, you're not going to run around for that money.
No, and I think now they're saying next year that they'll change it so
Yeah.
the ratings is much higher. That a minimum 70 is probably a bit low, and I get that. I
think
mean, it's called the All-Star
Yeah, I
Mile.
was just going to say.
So whether they make it a 90 and above or 100 and above,
Yeah.
I don't mind what they do.
Yeah.
But, you know, we've probably got a sneaky chance to get in there this year and have a bit of fun on the day. And at the owners, for our owners in money bags, it's probably a once in a lifetime opportunity.
And I
Now,
think-
if his rating gets to 90 or 100 next year and he's going well, he'll probably be there again, but he may not.
No. Well, I think too, they might want to take a leaf out of the Jericho Cup. format, they had a consolation race, so you could look at it maybe an 80 and below type race, smaller prize pool, but a similar scenario, because of our 5,000 votes we might end up attracting, I'm sure that 1,000 of those would be not really connected racing people, but you've brought them in, so they've got an interest, they're going to follow it right through to the day, and if they get drawn out, you bring a new person into racing. So I don't think they can just totally neglect the lower rated horses, like Penny to Sell and those horses. It's great publicity for those smaller trainers as well.
No, there's a lot can be done. But it's in its infancy, and it's good to see some of these new concepts.
Terry Kelly, you've only got about 4 horses, and he's got one in. Terry trained 2 winners in 3 years. The involvement for him and his owners is great.
Well, they get a chance to play on the big stage.
Rub shoulders with the wigs.
Just get out there and have fun. And that's what racing's supposed to be about.
What's going to happen? He can win tomorrow.
He's third favourite, isn't he?
He can win, but Mick Sharkey doesn't like him. Well, listen to him coming in. He says he's bored with the horse. Bored with the horse.
Well, he's probably sick of hearing reading your emails.
Yeah, probably. It's only because Spicer can't get nothing in.
Don't start a war.
Only been nasty. No, look, he's a genuine top 3 chance, winning
Well, he's in his right race, and I've been waiting for him to get to a mile.
And draw a gate.
I've been waiting for him to get to 1,600. He's looked like he needs 1,600 for this last 3 runs. He's drawn a gate, so hopefully, he can bounce back to his best, and if he could win, well, it'll give us, and then he's got to pull up well and everything else. But anyway, look,
get through tomorrow.
Good luck to the owners tomorrow. I think he's a great each way chance.
Saturday, Sunday, third up is Safety Dance back at Werribee, Luton Island on. Should go close to winning, Darren.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I haven't looked at the field, but I've only got to roll the bike down the hill and I'll be there.
A 0 to 58 at Werribee. I don't think we'll find too many champions.
It's my closest track, Pete.
Home track?
40 minutes.
The Balan track used to be a home track. You syndicate when they were still racing there?
Mate, that was back in the 60s.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was speaking to Brian Fellows.
I know you. Just remember, I do the funny stuff. But I know you went there as a young fella. Rode a bit of track work.
You'd be proud.
Hey?
I wouldn't have a clue where the racetrack is. Was it this side of Balan, or was it the other side, or was it Brian Fellows' property?
Anyway, you just be nice to me, Pete, because I've got a story about you and buying my jockey mate a coffee at Kyneton the other day.
Oh, come on.
Okay, I'll save that for another day.
Connery runs on Tuesday. Finally, for the people out there, the horse is still in work.
He's still alive.
He's still in work.
It's a month between runs?
Yeah, I think Archie was always a bit mindful after a long break off injury that, and he ran on a pretty firm track that day. So, and in the trainer's words, let's find a race where we can just go and win before we go back to the city.
Yeah, well, last prep it took 6 runs.
Well, yeah, and we ran into some nice horses along the way, but
it's always interesting to go back and look at that form and see, you get beat by those horses, and then a year later you're going, gee, that was a good race.
Yeah, well,
4 of them won group races. And
what was the classic example was, I think it was Here to Fox, when she first came back and there was like group winners. And
she ran 5th in a maiden at Geelong. Everyone's disappointed. The
700,000 prize money.
Yeah, the first 3 went on 1 group races, so it can happen.
Look, he goes there. I think Geordie will be down to ride. I think.
Seymour, is it?
Yeah.
When's this?
Tuesday. No races Monday.
Yep, Tuesday. Righto. Seymour. Yes.
Second up, you'd want to be thinking that he's going to be hard to beat.
I'm sure he's got him fit.
Also at Seymour, Serious Deal back in the fray. First up for Matt Kamani. Obviously scratched at Pakenham during the week where he was second emergency.
Yeah, he's only had 2 starts. Son of Done Deal that are starting to really come good as 3-year-olds. As I said, he's had 2 starts. He hasn't raced since the end of June last year. Time gets away. It's already 6 months later.
Yep.
Look, first up, he'll probably need the run, Pete, but really looking forward to seeing how he goes.
I was out at the hill track last week. Linda Meach actually galloping up the hill track, and I was unaware that he had. And she comes back, spun around, and said, "I just worked one of yours," and her voice. So nice little. Well, she might have said colt, but is he still a colt?
Is he?
I don't know. I think he's a gelding. Anyway, she was happy with him. So that was 2 weeks ago.
All right.
So it'll be interesting to see him come back.
At Seymour.
Yep. Craig and Air on Wednesday, Darren. We spoke about him earlier.
Yes. Well,
this could be the GF.
Grand final.
You can use that GF in any way you want
to. I think I noticed there's a 2-year-old racing in Adelaide tomorrow, and I think his half brother or his full brother's debuting, something Whisker, because the mother's cat's Whisker, so we'll see what happens there. But anyway, look, we go to Wednesday, and I'm not sure who they're going to get to ride it, but hopefully it gets ridden right, the track will suit, and hopefully, I don't know about leading all the way at Sandown, though. That's a big ask.
They did say a senior rider.
Yeah, so, you know, he needs to be showing us he's going to be able to win to keep going.
Yeah. And then we just get into the back end of the week. Think, babe, Matty's got a 1700 picked out.
Back to Warrnambool.
I'm thinking that'd be the Ryan's Fender type of situation. Surely he'd be too good for a...
You think he'll be odds on?
Surely he'd be too good for
What could possibly go wrong?
I think, babe, I'm not even going to throw any elements out there because it could be a couple
Big
of
storm,
things.
call the races
Call the
off.
races off.
Non-arrival.
Well, his
Plate
last
broke down.
His last two runs.
Refused to load. Pull a plate. What could possibly go wrong, Pete?
Dean falls off.
Oh, don't say that.
He's been
What
booked.
could possibly go wrong? Right, funny game racing, isn't it?
Look, all things equal, he'd be an even money chance at best. But look, unless Ryan's Fender turns up again, his form, that's really good form races, those two midweek races.
Well, we've been hanging out to get him into a mile.
Yeah.
He's coming off a couple of nice runs at Sandown.
Yeah.
And he gets to a mile, and Matthew Williams just said, I just want to get him back into winning form.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there.
Well, he could, that's my phone
Hey,
ring.
put it on silent. Don't you have a silent button?
It'll be,
Don't know how to do it.
trying to think of, it's going to be Catman. The Moneybags caps are ready, guys.
Righto.
Now it's throwing me thought, no, look, he should be going there. All things equal, be very hard to beat. Look, he could go to the city on his form, midweek city race and be favourite.
All right, we'll look forward to that.
Anyway, that's next Thursday. So that covers them all. I don't think I've missed any.
No, I think you've done well.
Done well. As you can see me votes down here.
Little scribbles. Well, what'd you do Saturday night, Pete, after the big double at Caulfield?
I was going to go out the Rodeo.
Oh, yeah?
But I put one foot out the door and it was about 8 degrees. So I went back inside. Kids disappointed. No, Marley actually went to sleep, so that sort of put a spoke in the wheels there. But you actually went along to an event we sponsor.
Yeah, big celebration, Pete.
They had the big there or after or before, or were you still celebrating?
Probably still, but
Yeah.
no, we sponsored some of the off-the-track events for the young kids down at Elko Park, and help out Luke and Beck down there. So we sponsored that summer Twilight series, and I think that money goes into buying the rugs and all the ribbons and sashes, and threw in a bit of merchandise, and they looked after us. So
Love the fact that some of the competitors wore our colours.
yeah, we send down 3 or 4 silks.
Yeah.
And
I think a couple of winners actually might have.
yeah, they wore their silks in the event, and in the presentation, some of the kids were dressed up.
Samantha Jeffries, that I know, she works or used to work with Roebuck and Bimbaladi. She might have won something. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was a bit of fun. It was a good night, and it's just good to, see those ex-racehorses being looked after so well, and just to see the owners, whether they're the kids, the parents, they just love it. They live for it.
And Dean Yendall was there.
Is that Yendall under there?
It looks like it. He wasn't grumpy though, that kid.
That was a big set of colours.
Yeah, you got a bit of growing to do.
Yeah, that kid was running around with
loved
those
it.
colours, just
Gotta
running around going, giddy up, giddy up.
It could be another Yendall.
I should have videoed it, but anyway, no, it was fantastic, and it's good fun. So we had a good night down there, and then that's how we put in the big celebration.
Yeah.
I think a couple of the owners were spotted in the high rollers room at Crown, in the mahogany room.
Oh, righto.
A couple of owners spotted there. A couple of owners were spotted downtown at Collins Street asleep under the bar with a stubby in hand.
No photo proof.
Oh, I've got a few photos that have come in, but we won't be sharing those. Yeah, so I think.
I bet you they weren't spotted Sunday morning.
I think they had a good night.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Great time.
Celebrate the wins, because I tell you what.
These good horses. It's good to have a few of them, and we've got to look forward to. We've got some nice horses trialling. She Goes Boom trial for Tony Golan up in Queensland this week. She's not far away.
Yep.
Cranbourne, I think we've got the 2 Snitzel colts, and that Not a Single Doubt colt we bred at a more bubbly trialling on the 25th of Feb. So we've got quite a few about to resume.
And just with those few that gone to Mitch too, there's just been a little hiatus. He gets to know him. Here to Fox Misty Sea. Don't, you know, I know when your horse is there, you like to see him run, but he just needs to get a handle on him. So, I mean, if you miss a week because of it, you know, they'll be seen there racing week to week.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, and there's a lot to look forward to and a lot of horses going around. So, all those trainers have been fantastic that have picked up these horses. Now, next week we're actually going to go through and try and do the next round. Just sorting out a few of the financials with Darren Weir's stable and sorting out this All-Star Mile. But next week we will be looking at the next batch of those ex-Weir trained horses to get you to vote on where they go and nominate the new trainers for them. So we'll probably do, Pete and I'll sit down and work it out. But we'll let you know next Monday, Tuesday what we're doing there, and we'll get that underway. But we want to try and have it all sorted out by about the middle of March.
Yeah. Just speaking of batches, the next batch of fillies will head down to the Breakers, and Brad Pearson been doing a great job.
Yeah, we've had some nice video there.
Yeah, and the first
I'm looking
batch,
forward to seeing him on the track whenever that is.
Yeah, and the first batch have almost finished their time, so we'll be in touch with Brad. Get some more vision, but
at the end of Feb they should be done.
Yeah, and Bruce Marsh has got 4 colts, so they're all
underway.
Entering the system. Yeah, and some of those Dandinos, Darren.
Now, Pete, what's happening? Now, the winner of the Blue Diamond Prelude last week, Liar.
Liar, pants on fire. How good was she?
She was outstanding. She's going to be one of the favourites in the Diamond, and we're syndicating a close relation by a son-in-law in Exosphere out of Burn, who's in that same family. So same family, same cross. Going to Mick Price, so...
I'm far from a brooding guru, Darren, but the female connection is the third dam of one and the second dam of the other.
That's
or something.
Right.
Yep. Nemesis.
Yep. No, it's well bred and it's a good family, and she's a lovely filly. So she looks like she'll go early, and 5%, 4,400.
Had a couple of inquiries since the promos went.
And only 3 shares left, 4 shares left.
Could only be 1 or 2 if a couple of sales go through. So not much in a very well bred filly. And
then we'll be off to the Premier Sale to sell some yearlings, Pete.
Yeah, not far away. What's that, the 4th, 5th and 6th and 7th?
Early March.
Like that? Early March, so that's not far away. So.
All right, we better wrap that up. So until next week, I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti.
Vote the bagger.